Hey guys, Angel of Death TV here, doing an English cast of the 2015 World Championship. We're currently in the round of 16. This is the second match of Group B. We have the Assassin, Shinsang Su, versus the Summoner from Japan, Tatsuki Mizuno. Early positional swap from the Sin as he gets into stealth. The Summoner uses the vines for the root, but doesn't seem like the Sin's already halfway away. Shuriken coming in from the Sin, you can jump to him at any time. Shadowless step there, that's not the Shuriken jump, you can still jump to him with the Shuriken before it runs out. Cat places a mine and goes off and pulls the Sin out of stealth. Gets the daze and forces the Sin's retreat already. The Sin has already used their flower escape and their tab escape, while the Summoner has only burnt their backstab. True Friendship is used and the Cat's Help is used to heal the Summoner. Sin uses those evil butterflies to deny block abilities as he gets back into stealth with positional swap. Gets some RBF spam there, his lightning damage coming from stealth. Looks like he's getting a big hit on the Summoner. Cat tries to use some CC but isn't able to. Cat goes into a defensive curl as he heals the Summoner. Sin's keeping on the Summoner, they're not giving him time to breathe. Sin makes it back into stealth, he has his Lotus down, he burned his tab escape again to get into stealth. Sunflower's going off like some odd anime trying to catch the Sin out of stealth, is unable to. He Shadowless steps to the Cat to keep his stealth and reset it so he doesn't lose position. He gets a big hit on the Summoner, but the Summoner heals by taking their Cat's health. Summoner pops their counter, and the Cat gets a stun. Summoner trying to keep their range, gets positional swap by the Sin. Sin charges, gets into stealth, but gets pulled out by the Cat. Sunflower's coming out here. Sin tries to counter. Sin tries to counter, the Summoner doesn't attack into it. Sin charges, goes for the knockdown. Summoner backs off, heals from the Cat, and the Cat, as he gets up, finishes off the Assassin. Halloween cat ears. Those are better than I thought they were. I originally thought they were just cat ears. They are Halloween cat ears. It's even better, considering this tournament did take place around October-November area. So, with the many restalls the Sin got, especially after using Shadowless Step on the Cat, I think the Sin could have actually just turned to the Cat and killed it, because towards the middle and end of the game here, like, he's doing damage to the Summoner, and the Summoner's healing by taking the Cat's health. Like, in this point here, once he Shadowless Steps later on, he can literally just turn to the Cat and kill it without leaving stealth yet. Because stealth lasts 6 seconds. With the amount of health that Cat had, he could have finished maybe 2-3 RBFs, which would have taken 40 seconds or so. And then he'd had 3 seconds to continue planning as he went onto the Summoner without a Summoner that would not have a Cat. That would mean no suppression from the Cat, no knockdown from the Cat, no healing from the Cat. Would have been quite a different game at that point. But the Sin didn't opt to do that. Looks like we're ready to head into set 2 here. The Summoner is a class that is apparently really strong against melee, but I think if the Sin played it a little differently there, like I said, if he went to the Cat and then maybe killed the Cat without even using Shadowless Step and then used his Shadowless Step to reset his stealth, even if he didn't get the stun off of it, it might have definitely tipped the game in his favor, because there'd be a lot less CC on the Summoner's side. Alrighty, set 2 here, we're going to see how the opener goes. Sin goes in with the evil butterflies, gets caught up by the Cat, places down his Lotus, his escape flower, gets hit by a mine from the Summoner's Cat, uses the flower already, and his Shadowless backs up. Shadowless Step there stuns both the Summoner and the Cat. He got a Spinal Tap on the Summoner. Looks like he got a little bit of damage in there, but nothing that won't be healed up by True Friendship. Summoner chasing down the Sin. The Sin's actually out of escapes right now. He only has his retreat coming up just now for soft CC. He's swapped positions with the Cat, but doesn't opt to go on it as the Cat goes into a defensive position and would take reduced damage. He gets a stun on the Summoner and goes for some RBFs on him. Summoner pops the counter but doesn't get the Sin to hit into it. when the summoner counter goes off, the summoner actually goes into stealth themselves. The Sin Shuriken teleports to the summoner. It's a bit more damaging, but it's all healed up by the cat. Cat's at about half HP. I feel like a little more of this and the Sin could just turn to and obliterate the cat before going back on the summoner. He places down the flower again, his tab escape is down. Evil Butterfly's on the Sin, or on the summoner. That's gonna deny his counter for a little while. Shadowless Step stuns both the cat and the summoner. He goes to Shuriken the summoner, but he hits the cat instead. Looks like he's doing some damage to the cat, but the cat was still in a defensive curl and then healed the summoner. Cat's still floating around 50% health. A few of the cat's abilities will restore its health, so this assassin needs to really put the pressure on the summoner to get the heal used before he decides to turn on the cat. Daze used on the Sin. Looks like he F-rolled out of it. He swaps positions with the cat as the cat comes in to charge him, then charges the cat and goes into stealth. Sin is trying to get a good position here to reopen. Cat's back in a defensive position. Shuriken teleport to the summoner, knocks him up into the air, gets dazed and pinned on the ground. He has no tab escape. This is approximately going to be like a 6-second CC here. Sin gets out of the cat's suppression, uses his C to do a 5-point strike essentially on the summoner and gets some health back while iframing, but didn't seem to do enough. He trades places and knocks down the summoner. Sin's not healthy on health, he goes in but gets caught by the guard break of the summoner as he enters and does not make it to do any more damage. The summoner's up 2-0 with his mighty cat ears. For someone wearing cat ears, he looks quite serious. A few points there, the Sin decided to put damage on the cat pretty randomly. Like, he didn't commit to it, he didn't have the summoner in a position where he couldn't use the defensive curl or anything. He just kind of was like by the cat and decided to throw damage on it. And that really didn't help him any. What also didn't help the Sin is when he went for the shurikens on the summoner to get the teleport there, but he missed and hit the cat a few times. That really reduced his mobility and ability to stick to the summoner. Like here, he goes on the cat for a little bit, a few hits, which isn't bad. That was one of the better times he did it. But he gets suppressed here and he doesn't have a hard escape. The suppression you need to tab out of, or he could have used his flower to escape from it. He didn't have either of them up and took a huge bit of damage from that suppression. Looks like we are just about ready to head into the third set. Hopefully this Sin can pick it up, because he seems pretty indecisive when it comes to if he's going to hit the cat or going to hit the summoner. And then there's the targeting mistakes where he's throwing the shuriken and hit the summoner's pet instead of the summoner. Needs to work on that a little bit, calm down maybe. He could be trying to play too quickly, not targeting the correct thing before he acts. With any luck, we'll see a better game from this match, though. If not, this summoner definitely seems like if he continues the way he'd play, if he's continued to play the way he is, and the Sin doesn't pick it up, it's going to be an easy third win for the summoner. Alright, we're going to see how this opener goes. Is the Sin going to put down his flower and going to stealth, or is he going to go for a more aggressive option again? He goes for the flight, teleports to the summoner, misses the shuriken onto the cat again, goes for the stun on the summoner, comes in, stuns both of them, putting damage on the cat this time. Knockdown on the summoner, gets knocked down himself by the cat's mine. Sin puts down his own mine and gets a stun on the summoner. Evil Butterflies prevent the counter. Sin's still in stealth, looks like he got knocked down in stealth. He's trying to get away from the cat. Sin's taking a lot of damage here, unable to get back into stealth currently. He swaps positions and then dashes to the cat to get back into stealth. Shadowless Step stuns both the cat and the summoner. He continues up, follows up with a second stun on the cat and the summoner. Brings the summoner down to about half. Doesn't hit into the counter, swaps places and charges again to get back into stealth. Summoner's down to about half health, uses True Friendship to heal up. Sees the Sin coming in stealth and tries to bait the counter out. The Sin gets caught by the suppression yet again, has to tab escape out, but it puts him back in stealth. We're going to see where he goes from here. He puts on the flower finally. Gets a ground counter and gets damage onto the Summoner, but the Summoner gets his own counter off and goes into stealth himself. Changes positions with the cat again and charges to get back into stealth. Both the Sin and the Summoner are currently in stealth. Sin came out of stealth slightly before the Summoner, so the Summoner got a nice opening, especially with the cat. Sin goes for the knockdown, but only catches the cat. He goes for iframes, catches the cat again, webs both the cat and the Summoner down. Looks like he put partial damage on the Summoner and partial damage on the cat, freeing them both from the webbing a little earlier than he could have wanted. Shadowless Step stuns both of them, follow-up stun stuns both of them again, big damage on the Summoner. Cat's at really low health as well. This is one of the situations where I feel like he could turn and kill the cat, however, with his own health being so low, I don't know if it's worth it anymore. Good damage coming into the Summoner, Summoner backsteps out of it. Sin has their tab escape, and they'll have their Lotus up in a second if they can hold on. Evil Butterflies coming out from the Sin should deny the counter from the Summoner. Sin goes for the cat kill, but doesn't commit to it. Backs off before the Summoner comes in to do actual any damage to him. Summoner can't take any more health from the cat. The cat goes down. Sin's getting wrecked by Sunflowers, though. He tried to counter and was knocked up by the guard break. Air combo from the Sin, webs him to the ground, goes for the follow-up, stun, big damage coming in here. Sin takes a match. Sin definitely pulled it together this game. Based on his own health being so low, I thought it might have been too late for him to really turn on the cat, but he didn't even turn for the cat. He put damage on the cat when he had a time to, and then he cleaved the cat down with his 3 knockdown ability. His 3 knockdown wound up killing the cat, denying any further healing, and denying a few CCs that the cat provides to the Summoner as well. Even if he didn't kill the cat, however, the cat was a little too low to use True Friendship, but there are a few abilities, like I said, that heal the cat for percent health that might have brought him back up into the range where he could have done it. Here he guard breaks the Summoner's counter. I actually didn't catch that mid-game. This is where the cat got the daze into the suppression. He waits, and then as soon as his tab comes up, he tabs out of it. This is the first or second, I think this is the first time he gets the double stun on the cat and the Summoner, goes for big damage. This is after the cat dies. Actually, immediately after the cat dies, he tab escapes out, gets the air combo on the Summoner, webs him to the ground, and then goes for the follow-up combo. And this is where he ends it. Summoner's backstep wasn't up yet, so they didn't have a tab escape out of it. See, that's a well not abused phone, unlike the ones we saw from that gentleman earlier in the day, and while I was casting the Wildcard tournament. He still looks far too serious to be wearing cat ears right now. I will stand by my my statement there. Looks like we're ready to head into set 4. Is the Summoner going to close it out here, or is the Sin going to come back and make it another 2-2 long series? I doubted the Sin last set, but he definitely proved me wrong. He did seem to be more decisive, though, than the 2 sets prior. How's this opener going to go? Evil Butterflies positional swap. He charges the Summoner and stuns him. He backsteps and gets back into stealth, puts on his Lotus, gets some distance. Looks like he's waiting to go back into stealth. He charges but doesn't get stealth from it. He does his iframes on the cat. Cat goes into a defensive curl. Summoner burns their counter. It'll be up in just a few seconds anyway, though. Shuriken onto the Summoner correctly this time. Gets some big damage and gets back into stealth, but the Summoner goes into stealth themselves. Summoner heals back up from the cat. Daze on both the cat and the Summoner. Cat stays in the defensive curl for a moment. Evil Butterflies coming out. Go on to the cat instead of the Summoner. Cat really doesn't have too many defensive options anyway, so I don't know if this actually deny anything. Stun hits both the cat and the Summoner. Knock down on both of them from the Sin. Sin sees the counter, doesn't hit into it, but drops a mine. Tries to get something off of it, doesn't manage to though. Goes for his own counter. Cat attacks into it, gives the Sin a free stealth. Summoner's spamming Sunflowers trying to get Sin out of stealth. Heals off the cat's health again. Pops his counter, doesn't get it knocked into. He has to back roll out of that. So his F rolls down from soft CCs. He tabbed out of that one. Summoner doesn't have a tab right now. Sin is actually completely out of CC escapes himself though. Evil Butterflies coming out. They actually hit the Summoner. Looks like the Summoner got the stealth trigger though, but came right out of it as he got it. Lotus of Escape is down for the Assassin as he goes back in. He didn't get a stealth off of that one. Looks like he kind of made a mistake there. He goes back to the Lotus without really getting anything done in edgewise. Air combo, looks like. Doesn't web him to the ground, doesn't go for the knockdown either. Puts down a smoke bomb to avoid range abilities, swaps places with the Summoner, goes for the charge, gets the stealth, but doesn't follow up with anything. Shadowless Step stuns just the Summoner, goes for the damage on him. Just a few RB Fs. He charges and stuns the cat. Gets range again. Assassin's not looking too healthy comparatively to the Summoner and the Sin. Summoner heals back to full off of the cat. Sin changes places with the Summoner, stuns both the Summoner and the cat, but the cat comes out and does his own daze on the Sin, forcing the tab escape into stealth. Sin puts down his Flower of Escape again. Summoner runs straight up and just Sunflowers him in the face. Gotta fix his ears now. I think the Sin could have done a little better on the third round. It seems like he definitely got nervous. A little bit of a celebration there.